It's 5 o'clock in the morning and I am in no mood for guessing. Just tell me who spoke these words. Sydney Carton spoke these words to Mr. Stiver here and asked, it's morning, so he was not in the mood to guess about the person. And what he told Miss Manette. Carton was not surprised and let Stiver continue. When Carton listened this, he did not get surprised, and Mr. Stiver continued to speak about that. I don't care that she has no future fortune. I myself am pretty well off and am a rising man. Well, do you approve? Do you approve this? That I don't care that whether she has good fortune means she is wealthy or not. He is earning a lot and he is the rising man. Why shouldn't I? Good. And what he said, why shouldn't I? Why should not I approve? Fine. Good. Let me now give you a piece of advice. Find yourself a nice woman with property and a landlady or something that you would need here. So what he told, responded for that. It's very good if you don't have any mind, if you don't mind to let me marry with Lucy here. So what he tell, and gave him also a piece of advice. What was there? He should also find a woman who has a lot of property. Okay, and that was the thing that he needed there. Later that day, as a man of decision, Mr. Stiver went straight to Dr. Manette to discuss the matter. He thought there was no possibility of his refusing. He had everything that a young girl could want: a fortune, a future, a good character. So on that day, Mr. Stiver, he went to Dr. Manette to tell his desire to marry Lucy. And what he was thinking, that there is no possibility that doctor should refuse his daughter's marriage to Mr. Stiver. He had everything that a young girl could want. What a young girl could want: a fortune, a future, and good character there. On this way to Soho, he decided to stop at Tellson's and have a word with Mr. Lorry, knowing that he was close to Dr. Manette. But before visiting to Dr. Manette, he stopped for some time and he visited to Mr. Lorry, because Mr. Lorry, he know a lot about Dr. Manette. When Mr. Lorry saw Stiver, he was somewhat surprised. When Mr. Lorry, he saw Stiver is coming to his office, so he got surprised there. What can I do for you, Mr. Stiver? Inquired about that. Nothing to do with money, a private matter. So he was not to discuss anything regarding the money, just he wanted to talk about a private matter. Oh, indeed, yes, you can. I'm going to ask your lovely little friend Lucy Manette to marry me. And he told his desire to Mr. Lorry that he wanted to marry Lucy Manette. Oh dear me, what do you mean? Oh dear me. And what he said, oh dear me, means my friend she is. What do you mean? Oh dear me. I mean yes means yes, she is my friend here. Am I not wealthy? And inquired if he is not wealthy. Indeed, of course you are wealthy, but I'm doing well in my am I not doing well in my profession? So I'm also doing well in my profession. And for doctor, sure, you're doing well. Hang it, man, what's wrong? Then, man, what's wrong in my wording here? I just feel, Mr. Stiver, that you should not go about something unless you have good chance of succeeding. And he suggested, Mr. Lorry, he suggested Mr. Stiver that he should not go about something unless he did not have a good chance of succeeding. Chance of succeeding here, marrying with Lucy. You think I may not succeed? And what he told that, do you think like that I may not succeed? I'll tell you what, I'm going to Soho this afternoon. I could test the waters as a man of business. I can. So he told him that he could go to Soho where Lucy was living this afternoon. He would go there and he could test the water there. He could try to get the real situation there. And then what he said, he was a man of business and I must inquire about that. Very well, I expect you to tell me this evening what you find out. And he told him that he should tell him what he found out there. At that, Stiver turned and burst out of the bank as if a gale had. Gale means a very strong wind. He came from his office like a strong wind just blown through the open window. He turned from Mr. Lorry's office in that way as a strong wind moved through the window. After this meeting with Mr. Lorry, Stewart began to think, and when he met with Mr. Lorry, he began to think about that not to succeed would indeed very humiliating, and he would sooner humiliate her than to be humiliated himself. What he was thinking, not to succeed, surely it would be very insulting for him, and he would sooner humiliate her. Who is her here? Miss Manette, than to be humiliated himself. So when Mr. Lorry passed by Stewart's office later that day, he pretended to have forgotten all about the marriage proposal here. So on that day, when Mr. Lorry was passing from the office of Mr. Stewart, he saw what he observed there. Mr. Stewart, he had forgotten everything about the marriage proposal here. So at this time he has made his mind not to propose Lucy here. I have been to Soho, said Mr. Lorry. Soho, the Manettes, oh, to be sure. And he behaved like that he has forgotten everything. And Lorry told him that he is going to Soho, and in Soho to Manettes. Oh, be sure, I feel that my earlier advice stands. I cannot be sure you will succeed. So Mr. Lorry told him that what I advised you earlier, it worked there, so I cannot be sure you will succeed. Then Mrs. Stewart did not seem at all put out. Well, you know the girl better than I do, so be it. And he told Mr. Lorry that he know the girl, he knows about the habits of the girl, so it may be. Mr. Lorry could only stare at Stewart. He looked at Mr. Stewart there. Sydney Carton was in love with Lucy, but no one